I want to throw a scenario by you. Let's say it's 2006 and we both took a bunch of pictures on our brand new digital cameras and we want to share that with our friends and family on the TV. Pretty unique use case, right? Well, maybe back then your camera had a AV breakout cable. This one doesn't, but if it did, it's probably not the same cable that your camera has, and you might not even have it. So what do we do to fix this really unique situation? Well, thankfully, Sony came up with a solution for that. It's the HDPS-L1 digital photo album. It's a really unique piece of equipment that answers a question that, quite frankly, not a lot of people asked. So let's dive in and check it out. So what is this thing? Well, think of it as an external hard drive that can read images from your memory card, save them directly to its internal 80 gigabyte hard drive, and then display those on your TV. In 2006, Sony had pretty high expectations for this $300 device.
We expect all sorts of people will take advantage of this new photo storage device to rescue treasured memories buried in their computers and on memory cards, and bring them to life with its built-in slideshow feature. It finally gives high-resolution still pictures the visual realism usually reserved for motion pictures.
So let's see if this lives up to anything that Jim says. There's not a lot of information for this device online. It seems to have a short shelf life. But when you do look it up, you always see this one-touch copy feature. Seems to be a really big selling point. On the back, in a typical Sony box, we have all of the specs. You can pause the video here if you want to read some of these more in depth. The listing that I saw this under just had a stock photo, so to be honest, I didn't expect the box. But now that I dig into it, I'm not sure this was ever opened. It might have been inspected before it was listed, but the packaging just looks too pristine. Even the cable ties that hold the cables together look factory wrapped. None of the manuals are bent or dog-eared. This is pretty much new in box. Even the remote has the little white tab to prevent the battery from making contact, so I'd be willing to bet this is brand new. When you first pick this thing up out of the box, the thing that sticks out the most is the weight of it. It's hefty. It feels good quality, just like you'd expect from Sony. Solid metal case, only the front door is plastic. When that flips down, you see all of your inputs, every flavor of memory stick, SD card, compact flash, micro drive, and on the back you have your composite and component out. I wish there was S-video, but hey, we'll take what we can get. No surprise, on first boot up, we're going to have to set the date and time. I was pleasantly surprised that it was able to go to 2023. I actually haven't tested to see how far into the future this will go, but I'm sure it'll last through all of our lifetime. So let's speed up through this and we'll get into the main menu. So the menu's a little plain. I think I expected more. But if we look into the calendar, we see just as you'd expect a calendar. But the nice thing about this is it'll display the images on the days you upload them. Of course, you can also explore the folders, look for each file upload, and then look at those thumbnails individually. Of course, this is just me hitting next on the remote. We're not in the slideshow feature just yet, but it's nice to be able to explore around. So you see that was uploaded in 2006. You can be able to group photos later on, and we'll go through the settings here. It is an 80 gigabyte drive, but after formatting and the software, you get about 70.5. You can adjust the type of transitions. You can also add custom music, but there is default music here already, so we don't have to do that right now. So you see we have a photo diary, a mosaic. We'll look at some of those later. Now, you can go between NTSC and PAL. I was really hoping there was other options in here, mostly because you can only do component or composite out. You can't do both. I want to turn on demo mode because I want to see what this is like, because this is what you would see in the store. If you walked into a Circuit City or a Best Buy and this was on display, this is what's going to be playing on those TVs to attract you to go see this. So let's restart the unit, and we should boot right up into demo mode. It's fast, but not too fast starting down and starting up. It is essentially a dumbed down computer. All right, here we go. Is the countdown into demo mode. So you can imagine every morning Circuit City guys going around turning all these on. We'll go in the demo mode to sell some digital photo albums. You love to shoot photos. But sharing digital photos can be hard. Now there's an easy way, a digital photo album that works with most memory cards. No need for a PC, just insert and transfer with the press of a button. She looks happy. Kick back in front of your HD TV and enjoy a slideshow in amazing high definition. Ensure it's a Sony. You could securely store thousands of photos and share them in high definition anytime. Oh, look at that. Isn't that great? Oh, jeez. That is some cheesy Photoshop right there. It's like the biggest baby in the world. Look how big he is compared to the porch. All right, let's get out of this. You get the picture. We have this little slideshow here that would repeat. Most consumers would probably never use this again. I'll make sure I capture that somehow and save it for posterity for the world. All right, so let's get back into the system and turn that off so we don't have to see that every time. Yep, skip this. We'll go back down to our settings and make sure we turn that off. Okay, well, we don't want to just see the demo. We want to see the pictures we have. And it's only fitting we use a Sony storage media. So let's slide this in. It's pretty satisfying. Click. And we see it says it's all right. We see the memory stick. We'll hit copy. And now it's going to take this from the memory stick and save it onto that external, or correction, internal hard drive. So it sees 43 pictures. Great. It's going pretty quick. Boom, done. And we still got 70 gigs left. Memory card. Now I don't want to delete it. That's kind of annoying, but that's fine. Yeah, we don't want to delete it, but it's nice to have that option. So we can go in here and we will start a slideshow up so we could see the pictures of all of our Twitter friends that I've asked to provide pictures for this video. Where are they? What? Why is this not? It sees it. It's the right date. It's on the 28th. It's there. Why are they all gray? Let's try it again. Yep, okay, lights on. So under each memory card, whether it's memory stick or compact flash or SD, there's a little light. So it is definitely reading 43 pictures. Okay. Sure. Let's delete it, whatever. It's taking longer to delete. Wonder if it just reformats. This is, yeah, really disappointing. What is going on? No wonder these things didn't sell. So I don't know. I have tried multiple things. We brought in different memory cards because I thought maybe that card was bad. Nothing. It's still just showing gray photos. So you see all my different attempts here. It's the same thing. The photos are kind of there, right? I mean, you have all the little blocks for them. But this, so like this is the demo photos that came with it. I was able to extract those off, put them onto another memory card, and they work. But no other picture works. I even just Googled random JPEGs and nothing. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. So we're gonna plug this into the computer. I did bust out my compact Presario because it is an XP machine. Windows sees it, and we'll go in and explore. I apologize, my capture device looks pretty bad. I don't know why. So it shows up as an external drive. There we go. We got different folders, so this is where everything's stored. There's all the date time groups. And this is the demo, or the ones that come with it. So there we go. Yep, we see them just like we saw before. So let's go back and look at something I uploaded. Uh, so these are the photos I asked everybody on Twitter to send me. And so they're on the device, and they're fine. What is going on? Are the rest of them here? Yeah. This is mind-boggling. Come on. There, yeah. Everything is here. And it is a JPEG, right? Yep. It's a JPEG. Let's go back and look at the ones that came with the unit. I mean, they'd have to be JPEG because that's the only thing this thing can read. It's 2006 after all. So let's look at these jars. What is this? JPEG. I don't get it. All right, so if I don't do it, somebody's going to ask. Let's open this up and take a look. So there's actually 7 screws that hold this top case on. It's a lot more than what I expected. And inside, it's kind of exactly what I expected. We have our hard drive here, obviously full size, kind of what I expected for the age. Power supply, nice little plastic covering over here. This unit does have a fan on it, which at first I thought was a little unusual, but it does look like it's being ducted to the power supply and probably providing some cooling for the hard drive, but I don't think that's really necessary. And then up front, we have our main board. Under that is a daughter board for all of the connections to plug in your memory cards. And that's it. Well, of course, video out on the back. But that's it. Pretty simple, and at the same time, a little bit more than what I expected. All right, so a little disappointing, right? Because we can't get any pictures to work on this thing. But then I thought, this is a product of its time, 2006. We need to think like 2006 because I'm using a Windows 10 machine to put all these pictures onto a memory card. So I'm out here taking a walk on my lunch with my old PowerShot, and we'll take some pictures and see what happens. Well, it works. These are actually the pictures that I took on break. And, I was half right trying to get into that 2006 mindset because it was the source of the photos that was the issue. Inside the box, I looked later, there's this bright green paper that's supposed to stick out so that way you would read it right away. And it basically goes over image size limitations. If your images are too large, this can't process them. And that was the issue. I reached out on Twitter to all my followers. I said, hey, if you want to be in a video, send some pictures. And I took those pictures and put them on the device, and they were just too big. The pictures were too new. They were taken with iPhones and Androids, not cameras from 2006. So that's the problem. So thankfully, I still have my PowerShot A10. This is a 1.3 megapixel camera, so that's well within the limit. And that's why we're able to get these pictures. And it worked exactly the way it should. Put the memory card in, it saved them to the hard drive, and you were good to go. I like it. And now that I kind of play around with it a little more, there's some neat features. So we can look at this slideshow, and let's say I wanted to share this with you. I could go to the menu here, and I could export this onto a memory card if I had a memory card in there. That way I can easily share the photos. Of course, I can always hook this up to a computer and it would show as an external drive, and I can add and remove photos that way. But it's a interesting concept to be able to drop your photos onto this device and then be able to share them with other people. When I mess around with it more, the interface is clunky, even for 2006. I'm getting better at navigating around, but it's still, I don't know. I think if I bought this new in 2006, I would expect it a little better from Sony, but it works. And, you know, I'm not really sure who this was made for. I don't think it was made for professional photographers. There's no reason to store everything on a single device like this. Even in 2006, there were better ways on the professional and even prosumer markets. For your average consumer who took a lot of photos, maybe they weren't computer savvy, yeah, this would work. If it was 2006 and you didn't have a computer, this would do everything you would need. It'd put everything up on the TV. You can save your files, and 80 gigabytes was pretty decent back then. And you can share them as well. It's, yeah, like I said in the beginning, I think it answers a question that not a lot of people were really asking in 2006. I am a little disappointed though. I was hoping that I could plug this into my multimedia center and just have it play slideshows all day. Maybe if we have friends and family over, this could just boom, 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 take some pictures, drop them off in there. But it can't handle modern images. And quite frankly, we have better ways to do that today. My iPhone can do slideshows lickety-split that are really, really good, and even pops up with reminders. And I could airdrop that to the TV or use any other form of wireless and get it to TVs, monitors, where we need to be. So, yeah, little disappointed with it. It's a great device. This was a lot of fun, and it was really a product of its time that died in its time. So I think that's going to close this out for the Sony HDPS-L1 digital photo storage system. Really, really interesting piece of hardware. So we're going to leave you with another slideshow, and in the description I'll also have links to the demo slideshow, the entire demo, as well as some of the default pictures that were on here. So we'll have links in the descriptions if you want to go and look at those. I'll even take the original images that came with it, at least the ones that are not protected, because there's two different memory systems in here. The ones that I can export, I'll go put those up on archive.org if you wanted to explore those. So thanks for watching. I hope this was enjoyable. It was a little fun journey, a little learning experience for me. Like and subscribe, tell your friends, and enjoy this slideshow.